So you guys are gonna trip out on this. I'm actually on my way to Huntington Beach to the Dainese Store, and they have a chamber down there that you can put your riding suit in, your jacket, your helmet, and it takes about 30 minutes. And what this chamber does is it disinfects that item. I don't know if they call it like an antimicrobial chamber, or I don't know what they call it. All I know is the process is just to de-germ your suit or your helmet. And as you can see, got me a new one-piece riding suit. This is why I'm going to the Dainese Store. I just bought this suit off a coworker, a Smoke and Dill, and he just so happened to have a Speed and Strength one-piece suit in my size, in my color, and I wanted to get this suit. You know, you probably realize I'm sponsored by Speed and Strength, but they quit making this suit, and by the time I got sponsored by them, the suits were all gone. I couldn't get one. I was bummed because, you know, I got some track days coming up, and yeah, I just really wanted to wear their suits, so I totally scored a Smoke and Dill on this suit. But it is used. He's worn it a half a dozen times or more. So yeah, it's a little bit ripe. It mostly smells musty. It doesn't smell like BO. It just smells musty, like it's. He told me it's been sitting around for a couple years. So while I'm on my way to Newport Beach, I'm going to tell you guys something that's going on with me that this could affect all you guys. I'm sure you've all heard about the Equifax security breach, where hundreds of billions of people's identity was stolen. Your name, your social security number, your address, your phone number. You know, and then we all think, ah, it's not going to happen to me, right? Dude, freaking move over. Well, it happened to me just last week, and I've been dealing with this bull crap every day for the last 5 days, and it's super stressful, and there's some crazy stuff going on. I'm going to tell you guys in short detail about what's been going on with me and how you guys can avoid this happening to you. You need to be proactive, man. Like, take action now before it happens. See you guys in a minute. Alright, so here's a breakdown of what happened to me. Actually, if it wasn't so tragic, it's actually kind of funny. I get a notification, actually no, I get a phone message saying this is so-and-so from Discover Bank. And I'm like, Discover Bank? I don't use Discover Bank. Why are they calling me? So I take my time calling them back, thinking it's some sales pitch, right? And they keep calling me. I'm like, all right, they're being awfully persistent. Something's going on. So I call them back, and it sounds legitimate, right? It's not one of these Indian-based sounding fraud situations that I've experienced in the past, but I'm talking to her, and I'd say, hey, I don't have an account with you guys, so I'm not sure why you're calling me. And real friendly lady, she says, well, if you give me your entire social security number, we can look it up. And I'm like, I literally started laughing on the phone. This is what I said. You think I'm going to give you my social security number? I said, that's pretty funny, and I literally hung up. Moving forward. Suddenly I'm starting to get mail from Discover Bank every single day. And, you know, I'm not very good at opening my mail right away, so I finally open up all three pieces of mail, and I open them all up. And it's like, oh, wow, something's going on. One of them is about confirming an address change. One of them is about having a faulty checking account, trying to pay for my new charge card. I'm like, what is going on? I don't have a charge card for you guys. I don't have a bank account with you guys. I don't even know you guys. So I freak out. I'm like, shit, man, somebody stole my identity. One of the pieces of mail was even like, we're trying to confirm that you're trying to do an address change to an address in San Bernardino, which is that's where the Chaparral cycle is for the SCMM every year. It's like 20 minutes from my house. I'm like, wow, these guys are pretty ballsy, man. They're using an address. I basically called Discover, and I shut it down. I don't even know if they spent anything on a charge card. I didn't hear about any fraudulent charges, so I kind of dodged that bullet. literally the next day, I'm getting a phone message from Kohl's department store. I'm like, okay, what now? I don't shop at Kohl's. I don't have a charge card. Why are they calling me? You know, is this another sales pitch? So I call them up and they're like wanting all this, you know, they're asking for my social security number, and I'm literally fought them for 5 minutes, and they said, we can't track your account without your number. I'm like, screw it. I give it to them. They're like, yeah, there's somebody opening up an account. They did a charge for $146. We're flagging the account because the checking account linked to it is also faulty. So basically I got that shut down right away, and they only ran up a $146 charge, which I'm not responsible for. Okay, let's move on to this morning. I get a phone message. Shit, cop. And it's a bank, and I call them back. I'm like, great, what now? Bank I never heard of. And I call them up, really nice lady answers, and she says, we're calling to confirm that you're trying to buy a new automobile. I'm like, what? No, I'm not trying to buy a new automobile. This person is in Virginia trying to buy a Mercedes-Benz G-Class for $125,000 under my name. What? Thank God the girl at the bank said, yeah, this thing kind of screamed of fraud. The addresses were from 2 different states. They're in a dealership in another state. This bank's back in Georgia. I'm in California. So, yeah, luckily they saw that and we got that shut down. Here's what you guys need to do to avoid this even happening. And I learned this the hard way after all this happened, because there's somebody out there right now still jacking with my identity. Go to transunion.com and just make a quick account. You just give them a username and password. Boom, you have an account. You can freeze. It's more of like an identity theft lock. And you go on there and you sign up for it. And unfortunately, it's $20 a month. But it allows you to lock your credit with TransUnion, Experian, and what's the other one? Equifax. You can go on and just hit this button and lock those ones also. So you've just locked all 3 of your credit reports in one swoop. You don't have to contact each credit agency, which is a pain in the butt. I tried doing that. Their websites suck, and I was getting shut down and things aren't working. Equifax, who had that security breach, is probably totally slammed with all kinds of crazy requests, so their stuff's down. You can also go to, I think it's freecreditreport.com, and you can get your credit report for free at this one site, all 3 of them, and it definitely works for free. You won't get your credit number, your whatever they call that number, your credit rating number. You don't get that, but you do get a printout, and you can see if there's anything going on with that. Now, I went on and checked all of mine, and the only thing that popped up fraudulent was the Kohl's charge card. And then you just hit this button to dispute it, and they go in, they look at it, and I'm going to get that pulled off. So thank God this hasn't gotten too financially out of control. Yeah, these people are bouncing around thinking they're me, but the damage has been minimized. And, you know, I acted quickly to shut things down. Hey, maybe tomorrow I'll get another phone call from some other creditor. But what happens when you put this anti-theft lock on your credit reports is it doesn't allow this person to go out and apply for credit anywhere. They can't buy any cars, they can't get a charge card, they can't open up a bank account. They're basically cut off. So that's a really good thing, man. I'm like, I've been stressed out for the last 3 days. I haven't been able to record, I haven't been able to edit. My YouTube work's stacking up. I'm like, there's the store. It's a really nice place, man. So that covers it, man. Be proactive, protect yourself from these jackholes jacking with your credit, because if you wait for it to happen, it makes it that much harder. You got to start dealing with, dude, I can't even tell you how many phone calls I've had to make. Oh, another thing I did, I contacted my local sheriff's department and the fraud department, and I did a police report. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go inside the store here. I'm going to take this suit off. I'm going to go in here and let them run it inside that chamber. I'll show you what that's all about. I'm going to ask them how it works and stuff. When I come back, I'll tell you guys all about it.
What it does is it fills the chamber with ozone. If you sat in there, the ozone would kill you.
Oh, really?
Because it deletes all the oxygen from the air. Oh. But what the ozone does is kills any bacteria or anything. The ozone doesn't smell great, and then the machine actually adds a little bit of perfume at the end of the process. Oh. And your suit will smell weird for an hour or two, and then that goes away. Stuff like mold and bacteria and whatever are killed. It won't clean the suit.
And it's about a 30-minute process, right?
Yeah, 20 or 30.
Alright, so that's going to take about 30 minutes to process. So I'm just walking down the street here to get some grub. I'm actually on my lunch hour for work right now, so kind of time crunch now. Oh, the suit smells so much better. $15 and 30 minutes later, 100% germ-free, baby. Why does my shifter feel spongy? Well, I gotta check my shifter here. Maybe it's just because I'm wearing my sport bike boots. Be proactive, protect your credit. Man, what is up with the attitudes of people today? Okay, so I'm just leaving work. I pull up to a red light. I'm in the left turn lane. And there's a truck to the right of me going straight, and he's at the red light too. My light is still red, but his light turns green. And the guy's sitting there. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. At about 1004, I look over at, I honk my horn, I look over at him, and I'm like this. Like, go, you moron. And you know what he does? He looks over at me, and he takes off, and he flips me the bird. I'm like, what? What? Like, I'm the bad guy here for calling you out for being a moron. It's this attitude where, like, if you screw up when you're driving and somebody calls you out, like there's something wrong with them. You're so high and mighty that you can't do anything wrong, and when somebody calls you out, you get all butthurt. Like, grow the frick up, man. You don't know how bad I wanted to chase after that guy. Of course, I had to give him the double finger salute. And then I'm like, I'm going to chase him down, and I'm going to bust the crap out of his mirror. But I'm like, you know what? I just got off work. I just want to get home and edit some videos. And I don't want to lower myself to his level. But you see it every week in the Moto Madness videos of drivers just blatantly just driving like idiots and getting called out on it and attacking the rider for calling them out. I just don't understand the attitude. What is that? Anyways, I just had to rant. I need to focus on lane splitting here before I hurt myself. I'll see you guys next video.